In this video, we'll be looking at how to maintain and change your wheels and wheel bearings. You might like to use a pair of gloves, and you'll need a soft cloth, a soft brush and an oil-based lubricant. I'm using this high temperature lithium grease. You'll also need an appropriate size hex tool or a skateboard tool. A skateboard tool comes with 3 hex sizes to fit various components on your skate. And of course, if you're changing your wheels, you'll need a new or replacement wheel and wheel bearings. When skating, your wheels are likely to pick up a lot of dirt and hair. This will need to be brushed off with a soft brush, followed by using a soft cloth to remove all of the dust and dirt. You may like to use a damp cloth to remove more caked-in dirt. Remove as much dirt and dust from along the skate plate as you can before removing the wheels to gain access to the axles and clean the wheels more thoroughly. Now use your hex tool to loosen the bolt and remove the wheel. The wheel should just slide off quite easily. As you can see, the wheels would have gathered some dirt and dust. So take your soft dry cloth and wipe down the wheels and the wheel bearings. With the wheel removed, you'll now have access to the axle. Wipe this down and remove any dirt, dust and excess debris from around the truck. A soft brush can be pretty useful to get between the skate plate and the wheel axle, as well as in and around the bushings. I've used a piece of cardboard to cover my tabletop in order to collect the excess dust, dirt and hair. This makes for easy disposal of the dirt. To remove the wheel bearings, I use the edge of the axle as a hinge to pop them out. You'll need to do this for each bearing. Be mindful to keep an eye on your spacer, as once you remove one of the bearings, the spacer will fall out if you have one in place. Now use your soft dry cloth to clean away any excess grease and dust from the centre of your wheel. You'll also need to clean the bearings unless you're replacing them. Wipe them down with a dry cloth to remove any excess dirt. Rub a small amount of the lubricant over the bearings and remove any excess with a dry cloth. Once cleaned, you can pop them back into place with the spacer in between. Finally, remove any excess grease from the bearings and the wheel with your soft cloth. There's another way to replace your bearings. Place them onto the wheel axle and push your wheel down firmly. If you have a spacer, you'll need to put this in place in between and partially put the bearing in place before pushing the bearing into place using the axle. Now put a small amount of lubricant onto the axle before replacing the wheel. Add your washer and tighten the nut using your hex tool. Once fully tightened, spin the wheel to make sure that it spins freely. If there is any resistance, loosen the wheel in small increments until your wheel begins to spin. And that's all there is to it. In part 3, I'll guide you through the process of maintaining your trucks.